everybody, I'm Anna Newmelin with Team Rib Mountain Racing, and I am about to take you through everything that I wear and bring on a 12-hour adventure race. I'm also a mentor for Women of AR, so if you have any questions or if I can help you in any way, feel free to reach out as well. So this is what I will basically wear anywhere from a 6-hour race to a 30-hour race. I will keep the same clothes on, same socks. I really don't change anything up. Keep the same shoes. And this is also what I'll wear if it's 40 degrees and raining or if it's 100 degrees and sunny. So, starting from the top down, I will usually wear either a hat or usually a head sweats visor. Keeps the sun out of my eyes. It's just, great all around. I usually won't wear sunglasses. I'll usually just wear this. And then my hair either in double braids or in a bun on the back. My hair is really thin and tends to snarl really easily, so the night before I'll usually do my hair routine, shampoo, conditioner, and then when I'm done, I'll throw an extra layer of conditioner in and just leave it like that. It's pretty greasy, but it works and it helps reduce snarls afterwards. That's usually what I do. This top is a Rail Riders Adventure top. You can get them railriders.com. It's great for hot weather. It breathes really well. It dries really quickly. It's got this mesh vent all along the side, which is great for breathability. And it's super durable. My bra is a CWX sports bra. Good compression. It's very minimalistic, minimal seams, which also means minimal chafing, which is always good. On the bottom, I have Trimtex orienteering knickers. They go just below the knee, and they're super lightweight. You can actually see through them, really breathable, and good all around just for bushwhacking. I like to have full coverage on my legs. You can just move quicker through the brush. And also, very lightweight. Underneath this, I have old, even ancient, very worn in Louis Garneau tri-shorts. They have a very, very minimal gel pad, and I find it's perfect for transitioning from bike to run, for adventure racing. These are probably 15 years old. And we're getting to the point where they had so many holes in the sides from racing that they were kind of indecent. So I ended up taking these to someone in town who does tailoring, and she actually used to make athletic performance wear for gymnasts. And so she actually put in new side panel fabric. And eventually I may need to have her replace the rest of it because but they're just so comfy, and I've tried a bunch of different tri-shorts, haven't found anything as comfortable as these yet. For underwear, I have Ex Officio Give and Go Sport Bikini Briefs. I have it written down over here, and I will link everything. I'll provide links for everything that I'm talking you through here as well. And I just got those off of Amazon. Those are great for racing. And then on lower legs, I have 2 XU compression calf sleeves and Swiftwick wool socks here with Salomon Ultra Pro, I think is what I'm wearing now, what I like the most. And I've tried a lot of different trail running shoes, and I find I always keep coming back to Salomon's. They're not perfect, but they work the best for my feet. I like how rigid they are and how much support that they give, especially when you're on uneven ground and running over rocks and pebbles and things like that. I will also wear ankle gaiters. These are Pearl Izumi. These I think are my favorite ones. They just have a nice Velcro through the back. They stay on really well, and they keep all the little pebbles and sticks from getting in your shoes. So you don't get blisters or rubbing, and you also don't have to stop and pick, take your shoe off, pick everything out of your shoe, and then put it back on. I have just a regular Timex athletic watch. I will usually set an hour timer, so it'll beep on the hour, and that's just to remind my navigator to eat, because he forgets to eat, and then he gets pretty loopy, and that's never a good thing. So I just kind of keep tabs on that for our team. For my pack, I use a Salomon vest pack, very minimal. I only carry the essentials for myself. I do not carry any team gear. That's because I race with guys who are faster on foot than I am, and it just doesn't make sense for me to carry extra stuff when I am not as fast as they are. So this is great, just zips up the front. I like that it sits really low, and I've got great accessible pockets here for my food, all my little snacks, and I will also carry, I might not carry this for a 12-hour race, but anything more than 12, I probably will carry this just in case I need to apply. And then I also carry, I know it's not the super lightest weight, but this is a little Climb On bar. It's a little, it's a great balm for skin, lips. I tend to lick my lips a lot in races and they get really chapped. So that's that. Over here I have a buff that's been cut in half. This is awesome for wiping away sweat, for cleaning off your hands if you need to plot or map, or if it gets cold, you can just put it on over your ears. On my left hand side I have my emergency whistle there, and then this is a counter. I do pace counting for the team, so there's 9 beads here, 9 beads here, and then so you count up 100 meters each bead, slide it down. When you get to the top, 10 is slided all the way down. So that's 1 kilometer, and then 1 kilometer is marked there. And I think this actually was originally like a golf counter, but I got it at a USARA event, some of their swag. So that's it, pretty minimal. I like this pack because it fits a 100-ounce bladder. I usually always race with 100 ounces. It cuts down on the amount of time you have to stop and refill, even though it's a little heavier to begin with. And in the back of the pack, maybe I'll put a bag of chips, a little marker, and a plotting tool will be in there also, maybe a knee brace. But again, that's usually all that I'm carrying. And usually for, about the bladder, usually for if it's really, really hot out, I can get by with 100 ounces. It'll take me like about maybe 4 or 5 hours to get through if it's really hot. If it's cool, like the race this weekend is 9 hours, I'm hoping that plus some water in the boat and a bottle on my bike, I'm hoping that I won't have to refill at all. I can just keep going, so we'll see how that works. I usually race with Tailwind. I find that I use less than what is recommended, because otherwise it gives me stomach problems. So I'll do 1.5 per 100 ounces instead of 2 or 3 or 4, or however much is recommended. But I find 1.5 works well for me. Compass, I use a wrist compass. I think Stephanie also uses the same one. These are awesome. They're not expensive. Mark Latanzi sells these on his website. I forget the brand, but they come from Russia, I think, but they settle really quickly. They're awesome to have. And I'm not the main navigator for our team, but how I'll use this is if I know, okay, we're cutting through the woods, we're bushwhacking, we're gonna go in a general east direction. I'll be pace counting on one hand, and then I'll just kind of loosely keep my eye on my compass to make sure that we don't start tracking too north or too south, that we are actually tracking east, or if we have gone a bit north, that I can tell our navigator, hey, we're actually, if it's not where we look at, we actually went a little bit further north than maybe we thought. So it's always good to have more than one set of eyes on a compass at any given point. missing anything. For the rest of the pack gear, I have just a really super lightweight waterproof jacket by Outdoor Research. Super, very lightweight. I'll wear this if it's really cold and windy and we're paddling, or if we've just gotten out for the paddle and we're gonna bike. But usually I tend to like to race a little colder, so even if I do get off the paddle and I'm wet and cold, I usually won't bother throwing something on, because you know you're gonna warm up when you hit that first hill on the bike, and then you're gonna be fine. We race with Adventure Medical Kits Ultralight 0.7. This medical kit will cover you for basically any race requirement. It's just super lightweight. You'll have your bases covered there. We usually race with, this is our emergency blankets and a foot care kit, and also an ACE bandage. ACE bandages are one of the things I won't race without. They're so versatile in case somebody does actually get injured. And probably won't need to do much feet fixing in this race, just because it's 12. You know, if it's 12 hours, your feet aren't going to get that bad. But that's what we would take if that was the case. And okay, moving on to paddling stuff. I race with paddle gloves. They save my hands, otherwise my hands blister. These ones are Hydroskin Titanium. I will oftentimes just use the Race Provide PFD, but if I'm going to bring my own, I'll usually bring this Mock, M-O-C-K-E PFD. I'll put my paddle gloves in the front. I'll put some bars to eat, something that I can just really quickly take a big bite of and get back to paddling and then just chew on for a while. You wouldn't want to pack something that takes a lot of use of your hands, like crackers or nuts, or not crackers, because if they get wet then they get soggy, so those usually aren't good paddle food items. But yeah, something that you can be mostly hands-free. Same thing for biking. So you'll want to save more of those foods that use your hands for trek. And then, like I said, I'm hoping just to get by with this and my bike bottle and my 100 ounce for the 9-hour race coming up. But I'll just stick this right in the front here. And then I'm all set to go paddling hands-free, and I can take a drink whenever I need to. This this PFD is also great because it has a back compartment too that fits a bladder. You can put a bladder in there too if you're doing a longer paddle. So that's great, and it has plenty of straps to hook your glow sticks on. I know there's been a lot of talk about third seats and paddles, so this is the third person seat that we'll use. I usually sit in the back and steer. Our navigator usually sits in the front because he has the best viewpoint there, and he's our strongest paddler. And then we'll have our third teammate in the middle. This one is Spring Creek Manufacturing, springcreek.com. That's the one that we use. If you break through the foam and you send it back to them, I think they'll send you a replacement, or they'll fix it for you, which is great. They're a great company. And then for paddles, these are Epic small mid-wing carbon fiber paddles. These are 2-piece paddles. Usually, after we did the Berryman a couple weekends ago, we realized it'd be nice to have a 4 or 5-piece paddle, something that breaks down and can fit into your pack if you're going to be trekking with it for a while. So I think we're going to look into that, but usually that's pretty rare that you have to do that in a race. Usually you'll be able to stage your gear with your paddle stuff, and so having the 2-piece paddle is great. You really want something that doesn't have a lot of pieces to it, because there's a lot more movement that happens, and you want that energy transfer to be as smooth as possible and really maximize that for efficiency. That's why the less amount of pieces is usually better, except if you're going to be trekking with it for a while. So that's that. Going on to bike stuff. I use Power Grips on my pedals. These are just a strap that goes at a diagonal on your pedal, and they're awesome for racing. They take a little getting used to, but once you get used to them, they're super quick and easy to use, and they enable you to get extra torque on your pedal while also not needing to change out your shoes. So how they work is you just slide your foot in at an angle, and then you twist and it locks down, and then to get out you just twist and pull out. So super easy. Love those. Been racing with those for many years. I'll have my helmet and fingerless bike gloves are what I use. And for this race I'll have my extra spare tube, bike tools, bike repair kit is all in here. That sits right under my saddle. And I'll also bring this little bento box, which sits right here. This is by Specialized. There's a lot of different versions of this kind of thing, but I will put like a pack of cheese and crackers and some goos in here, and you can see that it's got a couple compartments and a magnetic closure, which is great because while you're riding you can just flip it open, grab something, and it closes back by itself, and then I can just keep eating and as I'm riding. That is awesome. And then for longer races, I'll bring a triangle bag. These are really inexpensive. You can get these on Amazon, but I'll put a little bit of, for like a longer race, I'll put like a little bit of lube, and you can fit a ton of extra food in here, like bags of chips and maybe your headlamp, and tons of stuff can go in here. So these are amazing, total game changers for bringing extra gear. That's most of what I'll bring on the bike. For colder races, I'll just use little running gloves that have a little wind protector over them. I like those. And then pre-race, I will apply Body Glide to my feet and also to any areas that my pack might chafe. So on the hips, under my bra area, shoulders. I will usually put Desitin on kind of the underwear line here and through the back. I'll apply Desitin like externally. There's other stuff you can use too. And then if it's going to be a longer race, I'll put some of this chamois butter internally. And I will also sometimes put it in a little, where'd that go? In like a little extra carrying case and take that on the bike with me. Because usually the bike is where you really need that. But probably not for a 12-hour race. That might be a little overkill. Okay, I think that's everything. So please reach out if you have any questions. I will try to provide links for at least all the clothing items and things that I'm wearing. And yeah, let me know if there's anything as a mentor that I can do to support you or help you out in your adventure racing journey. And hope to see you out racing soon. Thanks.